We understand that the Court of Appeal has set aside the Lokoja High Court order against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and its chairman, Ola Olukoyede, in a contempt case filed by the former Kogi governor, Yahaya Bello. The Court of Appeal, presided over by Justice Joseph O.K. Oyewole, granted the EFCC's motion for a stay of execution and proceedings in the contempt case pending before the Kogi State High Court. The court held that a motion ex parte had met merit and adjourned the hearing of the motion on notice to May 20, 2024. It also ordered substituted service of all processes in the case to be pasted at Yahaya Bello's last known address in Abuja. The appellate court's decision has halted the contempt proceedings against the EFCC and its chairman and allows the appeal filed by the anti-graft agency against the ruling of the Lokoja High Court to proceed. To discuss this, we're joined by a legal practitioner and political analyst, Okiki Adeniran. Okiki, thank you very much for joining us. What legal reasoning did the Court of Appeal likely use to justify setting aside the Lokoja High Court's order and granting a stay of execution?
Well, thank you for having me. Yes, I believe that the legal reasoning that was used by the Court of Appeal was basically, Court of Appeal is a court which has the jurisdiction to overturn judgments such as order of the lower courts. Now, in this case, the lower court had filed or had agreed with the former governor Yahaya Bello that the chairman of EFCC should appear before it to answer to a committal proceedings. And based on this, this matter was appealed at the appeal court. And now what we have now is that the appeal court has overturned that particular order, which has summoned the EFCC chairman to court. Now, I believe that the court found merits in the motion that was filed by the EFCC and by the chairman of the EFCC. And in this case, it means that the appeal court seen a reason why the chairman of the EFCC should not be summoned to the particular court which he has been summoned to. So basically, the Court of Appeal has found merits, has found sense in the fact that the chairman of the EFCC does not need, to appear at the court pending the time the case will be reviewed at the Court of Appeal.
Okay, considering the procedural details like the adjourned hearing and, of course, the substituted service, what is the likelihood of a successful appeal by the EFCC against the Lokoja High Court ruling?
Well, it's very high. I believe that the EFCC they have put their case forward to the Court of Appeal, and the judges are very interested in their case. I believe that it's sure that it's probably successful because, as we speak, the first step that was taken was the motion expected, which in this case was agreed that the summons should not be answered to by the chairman of the EFCC. So I believe that it's going to be a successful time in court as regards the appeal which the EFCC has filed against Governor Yahaya Bello. We hope before in coming days that we'll hear about this, as the matter has been adjourned to May 28th for the hearing of the substantive motion.
Okay, this case involves a former governor and an anti-graft agency, and one wonders the perception, the situation, the Court of Appeal's impact would be on public perception of accountability and the fight against corruption.
Well, the fight against corruption, it's at least we can see now that the Court of Appeal, at least one court is speaking the language of the people. And I must state here that the lower courts, in specific terms, have behaved in a particular way, which we do not really have to mention in that sense. I believe that where a particular party has been alleged to have committed fraud, it's against the public policy, it's against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A court should not be found, shielding that kind of person. And in this case, that the Court of Appeal has now, taken a step, and I believe that this is the first step, and that there will be such steps as time goes on. I believe that this will show, and the members of the public will see that the judiciary is still the last hope of common man. And in fact, as it is, the Court of Appeal has shown that the EFCC, they do not have probably any hand in, or maybe a political undertone in prosecuting Governor Yahaya Bello. Only that, they are interested in doing their work as the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, which they've been, inaugurated to, do what they're supposed to do and what they're doing right now.
Beyond this case, what broader trends does this situation highlight regarding potential conflicts between state high courts and federal anti-graft agencies in pursuing corruption investigations?
Well, it has been shown now that the state high courts basically do not need to get into issues like this. Like I stated before, a case such as this that has been colored with the fact that a person has been alleged to have committed fraud. What is needed from judiciary or from such courts is the support, support the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to ensure that the proper thing is done. So I believe that now that we have seen what the Court of Appeal has done, there's hope, and we can be sure that things will be done properly at the Court of Appeal.
Thank you very much, Okiki, for speaking with us.
Thank you for having me.